Welcome to our Sedum Birdhouse workshop. I'm Eve Hansen. Today we'll be talking about sedums, succulents, and sempervivums. And we'll be walking through a little workshop on how to build a birdhouse with a living roof of sedums. The first thing I really want to talk about is how great sedums and succulents are. There is a list a mile long of how wonderful they are. They are drought tolerant, they are easy care, they love the sun. They also come in hundreds of different varieties and species and colors and shapes and sizes and matting and vining. They're just amazing, and any project that you decide to do with them will look unique just simply because the plants themselves are so unique. So let's talk about the plants we're using today. I'm going to pull these right out of our little kit. Some of these you will have, some you will not. We had 10 or so different varieties that we split up amongst everyone, so everybody's birdhouse looks a little different, which is kind of fun. And you get different features. The first one that I am going to feature is one that most of us know. It's this cute little guy. Is this sempervivum, lavender and old lace. You can see it has a lovely, lovely, lovely kind of maroonish color that kind of fades out to a beige on the outside. These are also commonly known as hens and chicks. As you can see, this is the hen, the big mama right here. And then on this one, here is a little chick, a little chick growing up on the side of it. We'll talk about propagation later and how easy it is to add to your birdhouse once we finish it. The next one we have in the kit are two together. The first one is a sedum, and this one's called Album Athuum, and it is also known as stonecrop. So this variety is more of a matting type, so you'll see it as kind of a ground cover. It's a great ground cover. And it has these cute airy clusters of light pink flowers. The next one you have here next to the stonecrop is a Sedum laxum. It is actually native to Oregon. These are great because they have these nice thick leaves and they're more upright, and they get a little bit of pink blush around the edges of them, and they even get flowers. These have a white or a yellow flower that comes off of them. Again, my kit varies. So this one has another 2 varieties in here. You should have 8 total in your kit. So this one is the Sedum Spurium Folda Glow, and as you can see, the most attractive part about this is its dark, dark color. It's dark maroon, really bringing out the other colors of the other sedums and sempervivums around them. So this one actually keeps its bronze color all year long, and then it will get loose clusters of pink flowers on it, making a very striking plant. This one here is called the Sedum Sexangulaire. It is another stonecrop variety, another one that is a nice matting variety that will spread throughout the birdhouse top. It has, as you can see, these lovely little 6-sided rosettes coming off of it. It has a very interesting geometric look to it. I really like it, and as you can see, I love petting it. It has a nice shape and feel to it. And then when this is a happy little plant, it will flower with yellow flowers. The next ones that I don't have in the kit, but you may, are the Sempervivum Carmen. It's another hen and chick. The rosettes, as you can see, are that green color, and then the tips give off this sharp maroon contrast. We also have in the kit a Sedum Reflexum. This one is known as Angelina, and as you can tell, it is just bright. It is that lovely, lovely chartreusey yellow. Really stands out in your pots, in anything that you use it in. The last one that we have is the Sempervivum Ruby Heart, another hen and chick. Let's actually open up this kit and see what we have. Yours probably looks a lot like this. Let's see what we have inside. Well, the first thing I see that's not very exciting is soil. Woohoo! So we've got a bag of soil here. It doesn't look like much, but it's all we really need for these sedums and succulents and sempervivums. The next thing is pretty much the main part. It is, careful, the birdhouse. So I'm going to set that right in the middle. Put this down. As you can see, you will probably have your birdhouse and then your cute little sedums and sempervivums set inside of the top of the birdhouse here. Put those to the side. And then we have everything we need. I know this looks super, super easy, and it is. The only thing that we might want to do, and you might want to have on hand, is a pair of scissors. There is some plastic on the inside, and as part of the care tips for sedums, they really, really don't like to be wet for a very long time, and they really like their soil to be well drained. So this plastic is going to hold water in there, and that's not ideal. So easy peasy, just grab some our trusty scissors. Simply just, this lifts out, which makes it super easy. And you can just kind of cut some slits in it. Here, here. Closer to the bottom, because that's where it's going to drain. There you go. See, let that water drain right out of that roof right there. Okay, so let's start planting our birdhouse. First thing you're going to want to do is put just a little bit of soil in there so that they have a nice base. We are going to get a little dirty. You don't want to add too much soil, since this is very shallow and you're not going to want to take it out and put it back in and take it out and put it back in. So we'll start with just a little bit so it kind of covers the basic areas, and we're going to push some of this up when we plant our little guys in here. And then before you start planting and doing all of this project, instead of roughing these up and moving them all around, you kind of want to decide where you want to put things in here before trying to plant, because you don't want to pick them up and move them and pick them up and move them. So we can actually pop these out of here. Boop, see? And see, we're going to want to actually rough up these roots here in a minute, but they're so nice and stiff, we can kind of place them where we think we want them. Boop. And then this one is really pretty. I really like it. Maybe so you want to consider that how you're going to be viewing this. Is it going to be from the front, so you can see the cute little birdhouse front, or is it going to be from the top? Are you going to come look at it from all sides? In general design of containers, you want to consider the things that stand tall, which we sometimes refer to as thrillers, the things that are smaller and stationary, which would be the fillers, and then we have some that are like this that are going to be spillers that will grow and keep spilling out over the side of the container. So you'll probably want to put the tall things towards the back or in the middle so that they don't overpower some of the things that want to be in front. These guys, they're just going to keep this height just about, but then put off these little babies. So I kind of like them in the front there. And you will be fitting all 8 of these cuties in here. So, and I like this little stone crop. And then if you have differing colors, it's another great idea to, just like if you're designing a container, mimic those colors around so the eye follows it around the project, and you don't just have a clump of red here and a clump of blue here and a clump of green here. You want to have red here, and then it's on the other side as well. So I've got this lovely over here. I'm going to break this up with green. Maybe here. There's a lot in here. And I don't really want to make it a mat of this green. Here, I think maybe it's this. And just play around with it for a little bit. There we go. Let's put this one, this big honker, on this side. So this one is great because it fills up at the top. It has this nice height in the back. And then these cuties will fill in on the sides. So this is about what I want it to look like. And before I get to cramming soil in there so that they're nice and snug and tight, you're going to want to take them out and rough up those bottoms a little bit. Give them a little leg room. They need a nice little massage. They've been in those pots long enough to have their roots kind of stuck in the same shape. You can see actually even the lines of the pot on there. So you're going to rough them up a little bit, and then we'll start tucking soil in all the way around. And that's it. I mean, that's the project. There's a little trick that I'm going to show you at the end. So let's get to cramming and jamming. As you can see, it's nice and packed in there and looks really, really great. This is plenty of plants for this particular project. These are going to be very happy because you're going to put them in a nice sunny location and you're going to water them sparingly, and they are going to grow and expand and add new little chicks, and the stone crop and the Angelina and everything will start to flow over the sides. It will fill in exceptionally well. However, if you want to add more to it, you are more than welcome to. You can actually just trim off other pieces of succulents. You can add from succulents that you already have in your yard, any sedums that you have in your yard. If you have stone crop or hens and chicks, you see this little baby right here, this little chick. I have a big hen in my yard, and I kind of thought that it might be a pretty contrast in this project, so I went and I snagged some. So look at this. This is a little baby. This is the part where it came off of the mother, and I just kind of pinched that off, and you can even pinch it off much closer if you would like to. And then you can see it's ready to go. It's looking for new soil for another place. It's ready to leave mama. It has these great roots that are coming out of the bottom here. And part of the magic of succulents is that they just take off and they can root in just about anything. I think you've seen them in brick walkways, you've seen them in walls, you've seen them anywhere. So you know that they're so easy. All you need to do really is just stick this little guy, roots, towards the soil, and put soil around it. And ta-da! That's it. So now I'm adding, this is another one off of the same mother. I'm adding 2 more in there that have this lovely contrast of the purple edges on it to contrast these other sempervivums and the stone crop. You can do the same with the Angelinas and the stone crop. So they actually will start putting off little roots as well. So just pinch those off and put them wherever. When this does get full and starts to overflow, or there's too many little chicks hanging off the edge, if you don't like that look, you can just give it a haircut and pinch those all off and get rid of them. Or you can add them somewhere else in your yard or into another container, or you can make another birdhouse. It's that easy, it's that cool, and it's really fun that you just can keep growing more and more succulents. So we've completed the project. It needs to go into a sunny location. Sedums and sempervivum really only need about 2 waterings a month. So if it's gonna rain twice a month, you're done. We're in Oregon, so that's likely to happen. But in the hot summer days, this is a very shallow container, and it is well draining because we cut the slits in the plastic. So you're going to want to take a look at it and just check on it every once in a while, because with the heat and the wind, it might actually dry out a lot more than what these guys are used to. And there's an easy way to tell if they're grumpy. They'll start to kind of shrivel on the ends and underneath a little bit, and you can see, there's some dry pieces there. They'll probably need a drink of water. As you know, succulents hold their water in their leaves. So when the leaves start to shrivel and shrink down a little bit, they're using that water, which means please give me more. I'm starting to use my reserves. So again, as I know, we are in Oregon, and sometimes we don't have just bright full sun. If it does have a more filtered light, it's not going to be happy in shade, but if it is a part sun situation, it will do okay, but they're not going to explode, and they're not going to grow and expand out over the edges as much. It will stunt the growth of the plants, and so it'll take longer for them to fill in some of those places or to add little babies. They may not flower if there isn't enough sun, but that's no problem. I mean, it looks great filled in, so if you do have a shadier location, you probably will need to water less and just enjoy. So that's the Sedum Birdhouse project. I would love, love, love to see everyone's projects on any of our social channels, either Facebook or Instagram. Post your pictures up there and we all can take a look at them, because everybody's is going to be a little bit different, and it'll be so fun to compare. Thanks for joining us for the Sedum Birdhouse workshop. See ya!